message here. You might start to feel like a shift in the air. You might start to feel the energy kind of pick up. Please remember that for the next month, we are indeed still in the year of the snake. We do not enter the year of the horse until like mid-February. Keep that in mind. You could like, I know that shedding it's annoying, it's painful, it's like it's gooey, and it's just boring, to be frank, right? But remember that part of what we've been priming ourselves for all of 2025 was to start to go slower, was to get used to a different pace, to doing things differently, slow and steady, right? And so that is another thing with going into the year of the horse. Yes, things are going to speed up. Yes, things are going to start to get fiery, move forward, and all of that. But that doesn't mean that you need to just completely speed up. You still need to go at your own pace and pace yourself, and keep in mind like your nervous system, because if you try to overload your nervous system, I'm telling you, the universe will course correct and will set you back in order for you to re-regulate your nervous system. Because from this point on, we cannot move forward and create and kind of bring in this abundance and prosperity that we've been looking for without a regulated nervous system. That's just not how we're being asked to move at this time. That's just not where we're going as a collective. So that's just something to keep in mind. Both of those things. We are still shedding. Allow yourself to still shed. And I actually have a message on like what needs to be shed. And trust me, myself, I'm sick of the messages of like, you know, here's what you need to let go of. And it like, but especially this week, it's super important that you stay in that energy, that you allow that to come up, and that you allow those things to shed. It's only going to benefit you in the long run. It's only like literally a month from now. Think about the fact that you spent an entire year shedding and transforming, right? Like under this phoenix fire. You can't last one more month, knowing that things are about to be vastly different a month from now. Like, and of course things won't just like, you know, it'll trickle in, because again, nervous system, the universe is going to make sure that your nervous system can handle it. And so how fast or slow things go also depends on the nervous system regulation that you've been doing. So if you're craving change so much, one, let's look into why you're craving that change so much. Is it kind of from a place of lack? Is it from a place of ego? But if it's just like, no, I feel like I'm ready, then okay, stay in that energy of being ready. Stay in that energy of taking care of yourself in the way that you know your body needs to, doing the things that you know that you need to be doing, right? And continuing to like center yourself and regulate your nervous system, orient yourself to your new surroundings, orient yourself to the life that you're about to be walking into. And I mean, you know, you'll be ahead of the curve like once that starts to happen. And if there's still like stuff for you to kind of let go of, again, know that you still have time. We still have this month left. And it's just this week in particular, with everything that's going on cosmically, like this week, it is very just important for you to really just sit in it. I'm not like ruminate, but just kind of whatever is coming up, whatever is asking to be felt, heard, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Just do it. Don't fight it, just do it. Again, it's like, really, it's kind of like tough tits. It's like, okay, like you're sick of it, okay, but there's a purpose for it. The universe doesn't operate on your time. It just doesn't. That's just not how things go, and that can be really, really annoying, but it is what it is. I am going to pull a card for you to give you strength. This could go either way. Why am I feeling like, why am I literally seeing like the Three of Swords? That would be hilarious. Card exchange for the collective wisdom. Thank you, Divine Spirit. I knew it was gonna be swords. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, this could go one way or another, coming or going, and like you just decide what way it is that you're going. Also, you decide what way it is that you are like moving your thoughts, and also some sort of incoming communication. that could be clarity on your next steps. That could be clarity on what needs to shed, what Spirit's asking for you, from you of this time. Like at this time, it's communication related, because my words just got really jumbled. Let's see, what is coming communication wise for the collective, please, Spirit? We got the Empress. That didn't flip over, but it wants to come out. This is a generational run of a spread. We have the Empress, the Moon, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. Yeah, which is okay. Getting a little personal here. It's really funny that this is what came out. Oh, and the Eight of Wands is on the deck here. I was speaking to my therapist this morning about and that splits with 4 wands, and then to start a whole new video because my phone just like dropped at that. So this is fairly interesting. What I was saying was it dropped to also Temperance. So we have 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, and Temperance as well. What I was saying was, this is a conversation I had with my therapist this morning about how no, I'll just get, you know, personal, because maybe it helps someone. Queen of Wands, that as someone who seeks vulnerability and like deep intimacy within my relationships, especially like within my romantic relationships, I am also someone who like is immensely like afraid of being vulnerable and being and having deep intimate relationships, like especially like deep emotional intimacy. It's something I really struggle with. Queen of Wands now actually at the bottom of the deck here. It's something I really struggle with, even though it's something that I deeply crave. And I think there's some clarity coming in for you regarding, reminder, we have the Knight of Swords, the Empress, the Moon, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. I think there's some clarity coming in for you regarding what's in your subconscious that sort of needs to be like nurtured, like what in you that needs to be nurtured in order for you to open up to this love that you're asking for, this sort of this intimacy, this vulnerability, this trust. I'm actually really surprised that the Two of Cups didn't come out, that you're kind of seeking inherently, but also kind of running away from. I think there's some clarity coming in around that, and it's going to bring you a lot of kind of confidence. It's kind of going to reinvigorate you in a way. It's going to help you take action on some stuff. Emperor, kind of bringing a lot of like order. It's going to require a lot of adjustments. That was also the Star that just came out. The Star. Hold on, the card just fell. 6 of Swords. We have Emperor, Star, and 6 of Swords. As I was literally just like, this is also just something's coming in that's sort of been veiled, that's been quietly in the background, that's caused you like a lot of stress and anxiety. Because I also just saw the 9 of Swords. Kind of the ways in which you've been lacking in life, but just like dissatisfied. But it again, it requires you to fill your own cup first and open your heart. And it's twofold here with the Empress, the Lovers, the Moon, the Star, the Emperor. It is your own like inner union, right? Coming into alignment with yourself, kind of getting your ass in gear, to be honest. It's like 10 o'clock at night here, and the bird call that I just heard outside was crazy. But like I said, it's going to require you to sort of like get your ass in gear, kind of come into internal alignment. And each time I say that, I hear this noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's faint, but it's also like, wow, loud. Let me reorient. Yeah, I needed a second there. So in terms of the Empress and the Emperor, the Lovers, the Star, and the Moon, it's like, what about love are you still hiding? Like, what as it pertains to love are you still hiding from? And there's either incoming communication. For some of you, it's got to be like incoming communication from this Emperor energy that's going to help you move past some of these fears, help you sort of open your heart, awaken you to new ways of loving, new ways of viewing life and healing and everything. Not that someone completes you, not that you need someone else to be that for you, but it's just like it's going to open the door, kind of acting like a bridge, a connector sort of energy. It's what is coming to mind here. For others of you, it is going to require you to be very honest with yourself. It's almost as if there's certain things, and I'm hearing that again, confirmation on that. It's almost as if there are certain things that you're still withholding from yourself, and not even in terms of like order and authority and guidance within yourself, more so the like there's a split between your feminine and masculine that you're sort of, that's been veiled, and that sort of clarity is coming in, and it's going to be your choice on whether it's like harmonize those, bring those two together, right? Let them work in tandem to go from two separate energies to the Lovers working together, right? Helping you to kind of move to a different place, to a place of light and hope and healing, and helping you see yourself in a better light. Let's see what else. Also, 666 is important because we have the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. We have the Six of Swords, and the Lovers is the 6th card in the Major Arcana. Is there anything else from Spirit? I did not expect this to turn into a love reading. We got the Artist, which is exclusive to this deck. Kind of like, there's this long-term vision that you've had that's sort of been in the works, that's felt like trudging through like sludge, and it's because you've literally been like trudging through your own subconscious, right? Your deepest, darkest fears. And it's like this vision is starting to manifest itself. And remember how there were probably about a month or so ago, I specifically said that in terms of towers, as it came out with counterpart readings, to take that as actually a very good thing. And the tower, like seeing the tower at the bottom of the deck here, immediately that's, you know, where my mind went. It's going to be a very dramatic shift for you. It's kind of like collapsing all old timelines, collapsing all like outdated concepts for good. And that's why it's so important to really harness this energy of the shed, right? This last month of the shed, and really like this intense, because there's an intense sort of confrontation between the masculine and the feminine this week specifically. And this can either manifest for you externally, as in a masculine coming in and you know kind of being brought that confrontation, or you being confronted with your, oh sorry, I'm cooking something and I started hearing, anyway, you being confronted with your inner masculine, and feel like kind of where it is that you still have wounds regarding your masculine, and where it is that you still have wounds regarding your feminine, and how that is blocking, you know, your heart opening, and how that is sort of how there are choices to be made regarding that, with the clarity that comes in, and regardless, either external or internal, there are choices that need to be made for you. And whatever choices that you make, I mean, it just depends on how much you're willing to shed, how much you're willing to grow, how much it is that you're willing to see yourself, see another, and open yourself up to really all the things that you have envisioned, right? It's been veiled for a reason, and now it's like it's time. It's time because you're ready. You might not think that you're ready, but Temperance coming out here and Page of Swords. It's time to look at things differently. It's time to imagine a different world, kind of reimagine what it is that you consider to be sacred masculine and sacred feminine energy, and find a balance within that, both again externally and internally. Take it as it resonates for that, and just know that happiness is yours. Ten of Cups speaks to like already having everything that you need, right? But it can also be kind of the ultimate fulfillment of love and family, and you know, that sort of thing, like kind of marriage, like marriage, happy union energy, right? With the Ten of Cups there. So take that as it resonates. Either this is a big internal shift that you've needed that's going to lead you to that eventually, like ultimately, or externally this is happening, and you know, play your cards right. And there's no wrong decision that you can make here. Don't fear that. It's just, you know, maybe it's not your cycle, which I don't think that's the case. There were no cards that were coming out negative. We had very positive cards. We had the Knight of Swords, the Empress, the Star. We had, you know, the Moon, but like the Moon, and then the Ace of Cups, right? So it's like going within your subconscious, nurturing your subconscious fears and desires. And that's a big thing here also, is your desires, what it is that you actually desire. And as the feminine, I will likely do a message for the masculine sometime this week, but we're more focused on feminine energy. As the feminine, a big thing in this shedding, in this kind of like come to Jesus moment with your subconscious, is how you're denying your feminine, how you are still kind of shying away from your femininity, and reclaiming your femininity, whether that is your sexual nature or your nurturing, loving nature, and just overall what it is, literally Nine of Cups, Moon, overall like what it is that you desire, and your ability to collapse these old timelines, these old beliefs, how it is that you're living in fear and illusion, and how it is that you kind of been living in a fantasy, right? Because it's easy to think that you're the healthy one, and when you're sort of always at odds. If we're sticking specifically with feminine energy, it's very easy to feel that you are always in the right when you are viewing the masculines from a very negative place, from, you know, viewing them as always wounded or toxic, instead of kind of confronting the issues that you've had with masculines, right? What is your relationship to masculine energy? Do you fear masculine energy because you feel like it's overpowering, it's controlling, it's authoritarian, or do you sort of seek to match like external masculine energy with your own masculine energy, kind of like overpowering them, right? Like, and really, what is your relationship to power and control? And how are you being asked to surrender that at this time, or how are you being asked to step into it, right? Step into your own power. Step into like the desires that you have, and step into surrender, right? I started this off with the previous video with my own kind of experience of how I myself crave deep intimacy and vulnerability, but I fear it, right? And that can cause me to give up my power in relationships, just because it's just easier, even though it's not easier, and that has to do with trauma, and that's its own thing. But it's just like really along those lines of what have you been doing? And I think that's another thing that really needs to shed. Is like, what have you been doing that's keeping yourself from reaching your own like deepest desires? Because you can't cultivate a loving and deeply emotionally intimate and like a safe space for vulnerability and trust and partnership when you are constantly giving away your power because you are afraid of masculine energy, or you are constantly seeking to overpower masculine energy, because again, you're coming from a place of fear and lack and control. So just something to really examine. And like always, I should really be used to this. This message should not go anywhere that I thought that it was going to go, but this is the message that needed to come out. So I love you all so much. Let me know if this resonates with you. I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.